You can come to me for honesty. The next week is going to be very busy on my streams, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this coming Sunday, it is the special retrospective event. And I know some people are like, but Phil, you used to be adamantly against listening to game reviews and blah, blah, blah. I mean, you're right. But at the same time, sadly, I'm not in the same position I used to be. I used to be able to drop endless amounts of money for every new release. I can't do that anymore. If I don't raise enough money by the end of this month to have my taxes filed, I am in serious trouble with the feds, all right? Like, being honest here. You know, I just can't. So PW Dub says, I just noticed some idiot last night claimed I tipped a detractor money. I'd like to see proof that I did that. That's not true at all, all right? First of all, I will tell you guys something publicly, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. I have absolutely no control over what you guys do outside of my streams, all right? I don't, and it's not my right to be micromanaging your activities outside of my streams. I don't. Why am I going to waste my time following every person who contributes or every person who talks on my streams to see what you're doing outside of here, all right? I'm well aware that there's probably people right now in the stream chat. They probably pose as positive regulars. They're probably people who don't like me, all right? They probably talk in detractor circles. They probably post up at the memes and the lolcow shit that goes on all over the internet. Whatever. I have no control over that, all right? The only time that I feel that action should be taken in regards to something like this is if it's something that's completely malicious towards me and can actually be harmful to me. I'll give you an example here. Someone who, behind the scenes, is plotting really negative, nasty, malicious stuff against me that could harm me, right? That's different. That's like, wow, someone's actually, outside of Phil's stream chat trying to hurt him. That's fucked up. And that, obviously, I don't condone. There have been a couple times where we found out about stuff like this going on. Sometimes it was even moderators here. Yes, people who I chose to be moderators on the chat, and then we would come to find out from other circles that these people were talking with detractors to try to basically undermine me, get behind-the-scenes info, and screw with me. Pretty messed up when you really think about it. Someone who's a regular on your stream that you trust, and you bring to your fold as part of someone who's going to be on the ins and outs of the behind the scenes of streaming and know what's going on, and the next thing you know, they try to mess with you, right? I really don't care what you guys say and do outside of my streams at all. I can't affect it. I can't control it. I certainly don't have time to follow it.
That's 100% a lie.
Someone came in the stream chat and said, did you know that PW Dubs, who's a constant contributor to your streams, and basically he called him like a whale. He's like a whale on your streams. He comes in, he gives you tons of money. That, first of all, PW Dubs tips me several dollars over the course of a day. Sometimes when he's here, not always. It's nice that he does. It's very appreciated what he does contribute. I don't consider him a whale. He's not someone who's coming in here and breaking his bank account. You know what I mean? And going over the top or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think that some people tend to have this negative association with people who contribute on a stream. Anyone who gives $1 is a whale. That's ridiculous. It's not true at all. Okay? Has overall, I would say, been a positive influence, although sometimes I think he does overstep his bounds and ask things that are too personal, or he gets too wrapped up in detractor stuff, and he'll bring it up on streams. In general, I have seen no reason to take any kind of negative action against PW Dubs at all. He certainly hasn't violated the rules or anything like that. Okay, he hasn't. So this person comes onto the stream last night and basically says, PW Dubs is really a detractor. You should see he goes on detractor streams and he contributes to the detractors all the time. And you should see the stuff that he says about you on those detractor streams, man. So you should get rid of him. And immediately I banned that person. All right, you want to know why I banned that person? Number one, you've derailed the stream. It's fine if you actually want to talk to me about that. That has no place on my live streams at all. That's completely against the rules to derail the stream with detractor nonsense. It's 100% against the rules of my stream and always has been. That's an instant ban. Number two, it's obviously something meant to stir the pot and cause drama. Again, against the rules, So it's like a double whammy. Not only are you breaking the rules talking about detractor crap, you're also trying to stir the pot and cause drama on a stream, which is not allowed. PW Dubs is actually saying right now in the stream chat, I dare anyone to provide evidence that I did this. If they can, I'll give them $50, okay? I wouldn't say that because these people will probably make shit up. They've certainly done it about me, okay?
It's not true. Most of the stuff that's been said negative about me is based on a snippet of truth that's blown out of proportion with a bunch of lies. But because it has the snippet of truth, gullible people believe it.
They've totally made shit about me over the years. They fabricate or they take stuff out of context and say that it's evidence of something that it's not. You ever regret leaving long-lasting friendships like Rambo and Howard in Connecticut as opposed to moving to the other side of the country to live with your wife? Do you think it would work out for the better and this life was meant to be? At the time when I moved, it was actually a very hard decision for me because I knew I was leaving behind my parents. That was my number one concern, leaving behind my parents and not being able to see them every week or whenever I wanted to, you know. I knew they were getting up there in age, although, quite frankly, when I was moving, it wasn't that much of a concern because they promised me they were going to be able to visit a lot, and since then, sadly, their health has taken a turn for the worse, and they haven't been able to visit me since 2016, which really sucks. I now know that if I ever want to see them again, I have to visit them, which, at this point, with my financial situation, probably ain't happening again anytime soon, right? I'll be honest with you guys. I love how you guys say John, Rambo, and Howard, all right? I've said this before. I'll say this again. John Rambo very much was my best friend when I lived in Connecticut. I hung out with him more than anybody else in person. We spent time together talking about personal stuff as well as professional level stuff. We made tons of content together. We played Street Fighter together, all right? Howard, not so much. Howard was someone who maybe I saw once a month. We played Street Fighter together, and maybe he would come over and do some co-op with us on a rarity, or we would go to a tournament together or something. But Howard and I were never close friends ever. I don't know how anyone ever got that impression. Maybe just because I had him in some projects of mine. People thought that we were like close friends. We never were. In fact, John and Howard were much closer than say, you know, myself and Howard. John and Howard, you know, hung out and stuff outside of the stuff that we did. You know, I didn't really hang out with Howard that much outside of just going to play Super Turbo or seeing him at a tournament or if he came over to be in a project of mine. Like, that was pretty much it, okay? So I don't know where that misconception ever came from. I certainly never portrayed like that Howard and I were great friends. We never were. Okay, Tekken Cross Street Fighter was the first game I ever played advanced early. The reason I did it wasn't even my copy, it was Howard's copy. And the reason I did it was because we were going to an event. I forget if it was a convention or a tournament or whatever. We weren't going to be able to cover the game at release at all. I wasn't going to be able to play the game for like an extra week on top of later than everyone else. So Howard had a pirated copy and I went to his house and played it and made a few videos of it. And that was it. It wasn't like I did in-depth coverage or whatever. I did like one session of it saying, here's a preview of what I'll be doing later this week when I actually legally buy the game and have the ability to make video footage of it when I'm back from my trip. And that's what I did. And that's exactly what I did. Truth of the matter is the game sucked and no one really cared about it anyway. After the game released, people hated it. And it wasn't that big of a deal. But people people who hate me always going to say, oh, well, Phil, that's a situation where Phil got an advanced copy. No, I didn't. It wasn't my copy. I played it at Howard's house. And when I came back from my trip, I bought the copy legally. And I played it at my own pace and covered all the characters or whatever. Philly Buckeye Cheer said, you pirated a game. You wouldn't download a car, would you? I didn't pirate a game. Howard did. I didn't pirate that game. He basically cut the relationship off. It was John and Howard who were the ones who nearly 5 years ago now decided they wanted to end our friendship. Not me. It had nothing to do with me on my side whatsoever. Do I feel that everything has worked out for the better? Yeah, I do. My personal life today, I am way happier today, in the present, in the now. With my personal life, I'm married, I'm happy, I have a cat, a family. I am way happier today than I was back then. Now my life is all fucked up and I'm declaring bankruptcy and everything, I actually have a private family life that I absolutely love and would never want to give up. Lately, I've been getting some criticism about this game. As you know, I don't really like this game. Even though there are moments when I do enjoy it, and I find that there are things that I do like about it, I definitely think this game is outdated. I think that the game, sadly, even by the standards of the games that were out at the same time when this game came out, it's not very good. That being said, I persevere and I keep playing it. But I rage a lot. And some people have asked, why am I still playing this game? So I'm working my butt off here. I'm working my butt off to finish the game. Just being honest here, YouTube has fallen apart at the cracks and the seams so badly in the past few years that I make so little on YouTube ad revenue that I really just don't give a hot damn about getting a video claimed anymore. The truth of the matter is I get so many videos claimed on a regular basis that it's one of the reasons why YouTube revenue has gone down so badly. Perfect example, yesterday I finished up Dragon Ball Z Kakarot story, and the big conclusion video that most people will probably watch got claimed because it had music in it from the anime. And it's like, why do I care anymore, right? So I could take a game like this that you guys want a viewer's choice, and I could focus in on doing a great playthrough for you guys, right? Instead of being all about rush, 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 finish, 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 get to the next big hype project. And I hope that some people appreciate that, because I very much told you I've been suffering through this, and I don't really like the game that much, and I definitely could have rushed through it and finished it, you know, last week if I wanted to. And I purposely didn't do that to put out something fun for you guys, okay? This game is a joke. It really is. This game is a horrible joke. How do you like this game? This game is fucking so bad.